Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. So we're going to jump right into it today. I received some happy mail from my friend Lisa, and I haven't actually opened it yet because I was waiting to share it with you guys, but I was super excited when it came. Hi Lisa, if you watch this ever. So Lisa obviously is a friend of mine who does some crafty arty stuff and asked if she could send me something, and I said yes, most certainly. And then I'm going to send her something back. So it's going to be kind of like a journaly pen pal. Wow. Okay, there we go. Stick it. So, she sent me an altered playing card. And there was also a little bit of ephemera, a little feather, which I have got up in the kitchen, which I will go back and get later. But, so it's a playing card on the back. And this is on the front. Be fearless in the pursuit of what sets your soul on fire, which is actually one of my favorite quotes ever. And it's a really lovely sort of, I suppose you would call it, it could be a tip-in or just a piece of ephemera to add. But what I thought would be really cool would be to add it to Akana's journal because it's the right kind of colours for Akana's journal. So I thought it can become one of her treasures. And I don't know exactly where we're going to put it yet, but for now I'm just going to stick it. Oh, actually no, because it's got pokey uppy bits. So let's have a look for a place where it would fit and be good. So let's just poke it through here. No, not in there. Not in there. I kind of want something that goes this way. Or, yeah, I kind of want something that goes that way. Surely, somewhere in here I've got a pocket that goes... No, I could do an up. No, because that butterfly is too good to... Let's find a tucky spot for it. Oh, it could just go here. It could just go there. That's kind of cute. Which means this little booklet needs a new home. Is it going to fall out of there? I don't think it will. We could put this in as well. We could be a bit cheeky. Yeah, that's kind of cute. Alright, so he lives there for now. And if we want to change it later, we can. Anyway, the whole point of this video is, excuse me, to make something to send back to Lisa. Because this will be fun. And I figured, why not record it for you guys? So what I've got here is something that Mum made me for Christmas this year. It, I believe the original concept for this came from Scrap Queen. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure. And it's got quite a big pocket. So I'm not going to make my pocket this big because I want to be able to post it. But it's got quite a big pocket. And when Mum gave it to me, it had like a Freddo and a tea bag and stuff in it. But which I want to put a tea bag in it for Lisa. But because I want to be able to post it, I don't want it to be quite so thick. Anyway, it's got a backing and it opens up. And there's a little tiny pocket here with a gift tag in it. A decorated tag, which will do. And then a place to write a message there. So Mum made these instead of Christmas cards last year and gave them to, you know, her work friends and, you know, close friends and stuff like this. And it was really cute. And I kept it because I thought I want to make one day, but haven't really had an occasion. So Lisa is a perfect opportunity. Now, I do not have a pattern or a template for this. So I'm going to wing it. We're going to wing it. So this is what I have got. Now I can already see, looking at Mum's, that she has got a cardstock backing. So I've picked this pale grey. And then we need a variety of papers to go on top of it. So I just went through one of my scrapbooking pads and picked a bunch of stuff that I thought coordinated with the grey. And I don't know what I'll use yet. We'll work that as we go. I've got... this writing one, there's a typewriter one, there's a, I don't even know what to call that, patchworky one, plane tickets, come on, they're all stuck together, a chevron-y, travel-y kind of thing, and then there's a straight teal and a straight charcoal. So we'll just see where that all goes. So the first order of business is to make the actual cardstock template to size. So you're about to see the very haphazard way which I craft with a pen Oh, maybe I won't use a pen. Maybe I'll be a good girl and use a pencil that I can rub out later. Have I got a pencil somewhere handy? In case. Oh, yep. Here's a good old HB. Alright, so looking at this, I need to make... Now, that looks like all... That's a fold there. So this is all one piece. So I'm wondering whether... Let's see. So how high is this? So this is... I've got... So this is 5.5 inches tall. And then the actual pocket part is nearly 3 inches. 5, 6, 7, 8 would give me 5.5 inches and 2.5 inches. And she's got this bit on the front, which I don't have. So let's do 8.5 to be on the safe side, yeah? Let's do 8.5 to be safe. So, I have no idea how long this is going to take. I'm hoping it's not going to be a massively long video. Otherwise, I can cut off all this difficult. That edge is kind of wonky. Okay. 8.5. So, yep, I'm totally making this up. We're just going to go with it. Now, what I also can tell from looking at it, put this out of the way, is I need a flap here and a foldy here. So it is, let's see, how wide is it? It's 4 inches wide. So scoreboard. Now, this textured cardstock is kind of textured on one side and not as textured on the other, but I'm not really fussy. I'm just going to go with it. So 4 inches, we said, is going to go all the way down. And then this flap here is just a flap. So I want another 4 inches, which will be 8. And then the actual fold over flap looks like it's an inch. So I'm going to want 9. Okay, so now I've got 1, 2, flap. And from what I can tell looking at this, yeah, all right. So I need to cut where that score line is because I've now got, yeah. So that score line is now going to become a cut line. And then what I need to do is score this line here for the actual flappy part, but I'll use it for cut lines with the rest. So what did we say? 5.5, is that what we said? Oh god, I can't remember. Yep. So I'm going to turn it this way now. No, I'm not. No, Sam, no, this way. That was close. Not that it probably would have mattered. 5.5. Oh yeah, I'll just score a lot. What? Ew. 5.5 is that weird wonky halfway down the scoreboard line. Wow. Okay, let's move it over and straighten that out. It's where the scoreboard folds in half, and sometimes it doesn't always do what it's supposed to do. All right, so now we need to cut it. So what I will do is pause so that you guys don't have to sit through me endlessly guillotining that down. But I'm basically just going to cut, and be left with this little piece. All right. Okay, so that's done. Now my guillotine has a blunt blade, so it's kind of made a bit of a mess here, but that's okay because rustic charm and all that, we can just sort that out. What I want to do is kind of get it as straight as possible and just poop. There we go. Now, before we go any further, you will notice that on this it has quite a solid sides. I have not allowed for that because, as I said, I want this to go in the post. So I have deliberately not done those hinges. That is a deliberate choice on my part. Just in case anybody is looking at it and going, oh my god, what have you done? I have deliberately not chosen not to do that. So this will fold up this way, like that, or one way or the other, you know, doesn't matter. And then I need to make, yep, This flap's going to go in, which is against what the scoring grain is, but, you know, whatever. You only live once, right? Where's my bone folder? Because when you score your paper, you should always fold away from the valley. Away from the valley. But in this particular instance, because of the nature of this project, I'm not. But what you can do is, if you're worried, you can fold that way first, and then it's much easier to fold back. So in theory now, I should now have a pocket for the front. Pocket for the front. And when you open it up, I have got a flap inside and then the back cover. So that is correct. Now, if I was going to make this fatter, I would have left little flaps that I could have folded down, you know, a hinge on the bottom. But anyway, doesn't matter. We're not doing that. I'm not doing that. So now I need my corner rounder. And I need to round my corners. So we have got this one, and I want to, yeah, okay, this one. Now, because, do I want to? No, I don't want to. I can round that one because I'm not making a big old hinge, but if I was making a big old hinge, I wouldn't be rounding that one because it's a box. So I am going to round all the corners here, which is going to be, I wonder if I can handle this thickness. Yeah, it looks all right. Woo! That's what you get for doing it in reverse. Bits fly off and hit you in the face. And there, like that. So everything is now rounded. If I was doing the original version, you can see those corners are flat, but that is obviously to accommodate for the fact that it's a box, whereas mine is just going to be a pocket. Next step, distress. Distressing the edges, because if I don't do it now, I'll forget and be annoyed later. And anybody who's watched any of my crafting videos before, oh, actually maybe you wouldn't know, because anyway, I always forget to distress. Mum is always laughing because I get to the stick on point and go, oh, I didn't distress my edges. So you may or may not know that about me. Okay. I just like that. I really like that grungy kind of dirtied up threadbare look. Especially with those rough edges down there. Which, once we get them a bit more dog-eared, I'll work out which ones are going to stay and which ones are going to go. And now, inside. Right, so I spared you from all of the distressing because it's pretty much of a muchness. Once you've seen some, you've seen it all. So this is all done now. So the next step is to choose all the papers that we're going to stick on and cut them to size. So basically what I do is, once I decide, I use a grey lead, it's a very scientific method, to line it up, mark it and cut it. So I'm not going to do that on camera to save the video being a million years long. I'm just going to go and cut the bits, and then I will come back and we will move on to the next part. Okay, so I've chosen, cut and distressed all the bits and pieces that I need, and we're gonna chat as I put it all together. So I'm trying to think what's going to be the easiest way to do this. I think I'm just going to work from front to back. So I chose this. Lisa and I know each other through writing, even though we both do craft. That was where we first came in contact. So I decided that I wanted to follow that sort of theme a little bit. And also the typewriter paper is one of my favorites. I love typewriters. And I used to have one. It was my mum's when I was a kid. And some of the first stories I ever wrote were on that typewriter. And I have seen, oh, they're amazing, typewriters repurposed to become USB keyboards. And one day, when I have the funds, I am going to own one, I decided. Because they just look super, super cool. So this is going to be the front, obviously. So I chose the typewriters to go on the front. Cut them to size, rounded the corners, distressed the edges. You guys saw me do that with the grey, so I didn't really feel like there was a need for me to re-show you. So I'm just going to close this flap now, like so. I feel like it's a cooking show. Stir gently, bake it in the oven at 180 degrees for 30 minutes. Not quite. Now I always push too hard and make my glue come out the edges, so let's see if I can hold that down. So then I'm going to put this bit. That really wasn't the best thing to hold that down with, was it? In here. And put this on here. When Lisa contacted me and she was like, I've got some happy mail. I'd love to send some to you. And I was like, ooh, because who doesn't love happy mail, right? And also, usually it's only Mum and I doing crafty stuff. So it's nice to have contact with somebody else who has a similar, oh, sorry, and Bronwyn. Sorry, Bron. It's be fun. And yes, then when it arrived, it was just so perfect and so me. I was like, I have to send something back. So with any luck, Lisa will enjoy what I've made. So now, this is going here. I'll stick it down. I hope it's not too dark. It's sort of sun's approaching sunset and I'm racing against the lack of light. That and the kids need to go to swimming soon, so I'm kind of racing 2 clocks here, but I really wanted to squeeze this in because I'm going to Newcastle next week to visit my brother and his brand new baby. And my sister-in-law, obviously. Hi, Lacey. And I'm really, really excited, but it will mean that I may not get a chance to film another video before I go, so I kind of need to make sure that this one at the very least is filmed, because by the time that you actually see this will actually be after I get back, because I need to actually I'd like to try and post it to Lisa before I go, because I'd like her to get it before the video goes up would probably be good. So it's sort of a bit of a juggle, bit of a race. Lots of racing. Lots of racing. And also, I'll be able to tell you when I get back, when you see me next, whether the present that I was crocheting for my beautiful niece, Luna, was actually finished, because as it stands, I'm filming this on Friday. I'm flying out on Tuesday, and I haven't finished it yet. So, oh dear, glue. So I'm kind of hoping that I can get that done. Unfortunately, when you've got a lot on your plate, time tends to disappear. I did start when Elise first told me she was pregnant, and I was like, oh yeah, I'll have heaps of time. Yeah, well, clearly didn't work out that way. Clearly didn't work out that way. Okay, so that's going to go there. Like that. Corner around it to hold that down while that glue dries. Now I would like to put this here. Now this is where the writing goes, and I'm probably going to put some tea stain paper over the top of it, but I didn't want to just leave it blank, so I thought the typewriters would be a good backing here, because I don't know that I'm going to write Lisa a letter, because she knows me and we talk all the time, but I thought I would do a cool quote in my brush pen similar to what she sent to me, although I think hers may have been a stamp. Correct me if I'm wrong. Lisa, if that was your beautiful, flawless handwriting, in that case, I do apologize, but it looked like a stamp at a glance. But I'm going to give her my very wonky actual writing, because I don't have any, I do have stamps with quotes, but nothing that's going to match the theme of what we got here. So that's that. Now we're going to close it up. I'm just going to leave it there in case it's still drying, and this is the back. Up here. once this is done, all we're going to need is some sort of feature ephemera to put on the front. And I'm just trying to think off the top of my head what I've got to front that pocket with. I don't know. Okay. Oh! Corner under came undone. Alright, so we've now got a pocket on the front, which can slip something in. We've got a pocket in here, which we're going to make a tag for, or a journal card, or something. And we've got a our flappy bits. So in terms of what's going in this slit, I have got these bits of card that we were using before, and I'm wondering whether, yeah, if I trim that down, that's going to be a pretty good size. So let's do that. Ow, 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 ow. I just bonged the camera then because I whacked the thing into the stand. So it needs to be, let's take 1/2 inch off it and see what's the size like now. Probably want a bit more. So let's take another 1/4. Yeah, let's take another 1/4 off it. This is how I do my thing, guys. I do not really measure or pre-plan anything. I just go with it. Okay, yep, that fits super nice. So now we're going to make it into a tag because I feel like at that size, a tag is a good idea. So, I make tags. It's pretty elementary. I do that. And then I do match the corner up, cut along the line or thereabouts. Grandma, what are you doing to me with these scissors, man? There we go. And then I get a hole punch, which is always on my desk. Turn upside down so I can see. I should do the decorative bits. Now, I feel like I've made that a little sharp. So, let's put the lid on the glue so it doesn't dry out. So, let's take a widgie off that. Oh, that looks a bit better. Yeah. Alright, now we need to cover it. So, if I follow the tag that Mum did, which I probably will as an idea, she had a fancy front and then a writing space back so that Lisa might use it in a journal or as an ephemera or whatever. So I need to pick some things to do that with. So I'll probably just use tea stain paper on the back to match what goes inside. And if I've got any scraps of any of the paper that we used for the main part, that will probably be that. And then I will find, when we go looking for ephemera, something fun to stick on the main part of the tag, I think will be the best option. All right. You just need a good base, and then you can pretty much do whatever you want with it once it's done. Right, what have I got here? Let's see. I know I had an offcut, or I thought I had an offcut. Oh, it's the black. I don't want the black. That's the one color I do not want. Okay, let's see. Okay. So I've decided to go with the vibrant color blocky paper, which, because we're going to put embellishments over it, like stuff on the top, you probably will eventually lose. I didn't want to use the black paper because I thought it was going to be too dark. I need to, let's do it on the back. Kids, let's do it on the back. So like this. And in theory, that gives me that line. And I'll do this. everything's approximate. Not much of a... Mum taught me to see beauty in imperfection, or perfection in imperfection, if you want. I don't know how you want to say that. I'm a perfectionist, or I'm a recovering perfectionist, which meant that because nothing was ever perfect, or at least not my standard anyway, because I'm very, very specific with what I have in my mind, I never finished anything, or if I did, I was never happy with it. But Mum taught me to see that there's something to be said for rustic, if you will, or imperfect, something to be seen in that grungy, sort of used, weathered, I've been around and now I'm fabulous sort of look, which has really helped me come to terms with that. And it's actually what's given way to this very casual sort of, that'll do, which I like, but there is a part of me that's kind of like, oh gosh, you should be measuring and using a template and everything should be the same, and I'm just not like that anymore. It doesn't happen. Okay, that now. No, do not hole punch. I really like hole punch. All right, so there's that. So I now need the tea stained paper. Hang on a second. All right, I'm back and my mat has shifted, so I'm just going to fix that quickly. Now I cut this down to size with exactly the same method that you saw me do with the other paper. So you know what that looks like? I'm really losing light here. I think I'm going to end up having to come back and finish this tomorrow, which, due to the magic of filming, will only be an instant for you guys. But for me, there's nothing really planned this weekend. But the minute that you say there's nothing really planned this weekend, suddenly there are things planned, if you know what I mean. Like stuff happens, comes up. So usually I prefer on a Friday to film my videos, so that I know that the weekend is free. But also on the flip side, if I don't get it done, then I've got that spillover to back me up. So all right, so we've got a tea stain paper on the back, that on the front. Now I can hole punch. Now I can hole punch. So I want it kind of there, like that. And then I need some twine. Have I got any? Here's a bit. There's a bit that was just on my desk randomly. Nice earthy colour. I really am that haphazard, yes, in case anybody's wondering. Just having bits of twine laying around on my desk. Okay, so now I need to trim these down because that's like insanely long. Alright, so now that's the basis of the tag, which needs embellishing, but will fit in there quite nicely. So now I need an embellishment for the front. Whatever I'm going to put in there. I think I'm going to put a tea bag in there. I don't know if Lisa drinks tea, but I like those cute little self-wrapped tea bags. So I'm going to stop there for today because we're losing the light. So in the next 1 minute that you see me, it will be tomorrow or even potentially Sunday, and we'll pick up where we left off. Okay, we're back. It's actually, what day is it? Sunday now. So I didn't get a chance to pop in yesterday, but we are going to finish this. We're going to finish this today because I want to post it tomorrow. Otherwise, Lisa's going to have to wait for like a week and a bit while I go to Newcastle, and you guys are going to have to wait a week longer. So that's not going to happen for me. All right, so I've got some bits and pieces here. We're going to decorate the front of these, get it all put together, and get it finished. So the first thing is have a little tea bag and a little envelope, and that's going to go in there, in here, and we're going to decorate the front of the pocket as well, and we'll also do the tag. So I've got these, which are pre-stamped images that a friend of mine did, and I liked the fact that the writing-y sort of feel kind of matched the writing-y sort of feel. Wow. You know, you watch a lot of YouTube videos and the people chat on and they kind of giggle and they say stuff and you go, you know, you see people commenting underneath and going, it's not that hard. It really is that hard. It really is that hard. Trying to narrate what you're doing and have it make sense whilst thinking. Yep, it really is. Now I want to leave a little white border here. Around this butterfly. And I'm choosing the butterfly, by the way, because I think it's just going to be a better shape on the front. I liked the bird, but I don't think it's going to be a very good shape for the actual front of the pocket. I don't think it will be conducive to easily getting things in and out. So it's going to be the butterfly. Now, just like that. There. Do I want anything kind of behind it? What have I got here? I've got some stuff here. Some bits and pieces. So I could put... That's actually kind of cute. They're a bit white, I think. Alright, so that's a good start. Now, I've got here... These are some of my Copic markers in a little pencil case that my mum made me a couple of years ago. So I want something that's going to... It's like a pinky colour. And maybe this mint blue. Let's just go with it, hey? I have no idea. Oh, that doesn't go on the end. Wow, it's been a long time since I've used these, clearly. So it looks like... Just want to add some colour to this butterfly. Just so that he's not quite so black and white and harsh. I have a couple of different types of Copics, but I much prefer these ones with the brush ends. But unfortunately, where I live, there's no store nearby that sells them. I have to get them online. The store that I have nearby, also known as Officeworks, only sells these ones with the bullet tips and then the like chisel tip, which they're fine, don't get me wrong, but they're not as fun, not as easy to get smooth blending with as the brush marker ones. And considering that I do a lot of brush lettering as well, being able to have a Copic marker with a brush tip serves a multitude of purposes. As opposed to the bullet tip, there's not a lot you can do with it. I mean, apart from lines, which... Never mind. Okay, so I've got that here. Now, I kind of want... One thing I always have on hand is sort of a tealy colour. Well, I want kind of... Maybe I want a beigey to... earthy tones in here. In here. And this doesn't need to be perfect. I just want my butterfly to be a little bit, you know, sort of snazzy. Now, I don't have like a pale... I don't know how dark I want that. Let's just put a... Oh yeah, that's not so bad. I do have like a colour swatch sheet with all my markers that would stop me having this I wonder what colour that is moment, but in typical me fashion, I'm not entirely sure where it is. And this is brown, but I'm wondering if I just put just a little that. that. That's not bad. But now I want this beige over the top. To blend it a bit better with the pink. Okay. That's a nice start. They can go back in there. Okay, so what do we got here? We've got this and this, which I quite like. And then now, what else have I got? I've got, none of those really seem to match, not the leaves. So what other things have I got here? No, obviously not another butterfly. Oh, this could be cute. Oh, I said the C word again. There's that. Or there's even a, no. I think maybe this might be the go. Glue. I was looking for it. Alright, so let's glue this on just briefly. Now, kind of there, wasn't it? It's going to be there now. I'm stuck it. Oh, put the lid on. And then this. Come on, glue. Like that. I'll leave that off for half a second. Dream. Kind of want him here. Turn it that way a little bit. So then I can have, yeah, like that. Okay. Now what I would like is, do I have, somewhere here, a fine liner. And just to bring a little bit of that black theme out. Like this. The stitch mark border is a favorite of mine. It's so simple and very effective. Like that. Just adds a little bit of depth. And here, like this. Now, what I need to do is make sure that I don't put the glue somewhere where I don't want it. I kind of want, alright, level with that wing and the bottom of that one. So it's kind of going to be sort of here. Just give me an idea. Let's go with that. Okay. This is the paranoid-y part. Oh, it's not kind of central. Well, you know, that's just going to do. There we go. So that's that. Now, what have I got here? Some little hearts. And we can put one kind of there. And one kind of down here. Yeah. Okay. Ooh, come back. Now, while that's drying, I need a brush pen or something. Be right. Okay. I only had to go up the other end of the house for that. This is a Tombow Food Inosuke brush pen in hard. I actually prefer the soft one, but my soft one has kind of run out. So we make do with the hard one. Cup of tea. For you. I find it with the hard one, it's just harder to, the hard one is harder to get the definitions between the lines. I am someone who pushes hard by nature. So as contradictory as it sounds, the soft one actually works better. Cup of tea for you from me. Ah, itchy. Okay, so now what have I got? I've got, do I always a bit big? I have got this little tiny teeny, maybe it's kind of the wrong color, but you know what, we're just going to go with it. This is a word strip stickers I made years ago, and the first time I ever cut them, I accidentally cut them into tiny bits of confetti. And yes, the stickers were so tiny that I just was like, oh god. But Mum and I found a way to use them. Do I want to put... Would it be kind of cute if it had a little taggy thing in there as well? Just like a little something. Okay. So now, this. Do we want to go this way, maybe? Let's push it in and see what it looks like. Oh. Yeah. Or, because I'm pedantic, if I did it that way. Maybe I like it with the writing bit poking up. Alright, so that's the front, all done. Now we need to worry about in here, which is the tag is next. Now I already know that I would like to put this doily somewhere on here, like this. So I'm just going to go, well, am I very accurate cutting? Not. So I missed the line completely, whatever. And it's going to fit on there. Yeah. Okay. These paper doilies are super thin, and tea dyeing them was just absolute nightmare. But once we did it, Mum and I were really glad because they're really versatile. I have a few different sizes, and they're just like cheap from the $2 shop paper doilies, and they come in handy. I very rarely use them whole. I most often chop them up like what you just saw, because they're amazing. They just lift something very quickly and make it into something new. And they don't need to be completely stuck down because the cute little frilly edges, yeah, they make a difference. Now, what have I got here? I've got the bird. The bird is still too big. Give up on the bird. There's a heart. There's... I kind of like a memory recorded because it kind of goes with our theme and the colours are right. But I've also got... No, the brown doesn't work on the brown. Jump for joy. No. And there's these two butterflies. which are maybes. Alright, so let's, what have I got here? I've got, the heart could perhaps be part of it, maybe. Oh, there's leaf. Leaf. The leaves are kind of fun, actually. Okay, let's use this leaf. Thanks. These stickers that my grandma left for me. I've kind of hoarded a little bit because I miss her a lot, but you can't keep everything. And I know she was a very practical lady. She would be annoyed if I if she knew that I was just keeping things because they used to belong to her. So you gotta use them. Alright, now what have I got? I've got this little butterfly with a bit of... Oh, he's almost too big. Oh no, he fits. Yeah, that's cute. And then maybe the other one can go just under there. Okay, I like that. Make it so. Okay, I actually did have time to come back and do this yesterday, what I said before I ran out. But when I came up here to do it, it was already getting dark outside. And I had worse light than I had the other day on Friday. So I made the executive decision to wait until this morning. Even though Sunday morning, I'm talking quietly because the kitties are at the other end of the house. And if they hear me chatting, they're going to want to come and know why. Okay. Oh, that's nice. I like that. Which is funny because my original plan was to use this, and have not done it. Alright. So that's the tag now, which is just going to go very carefully in there because the glue's not dry. Now we need paper to go on here. Okay. So I've just got a piece of tea-dyed note paper, and helps if I was looking at what I was doing. This paper is pretty thin, so the corner rounder might not do a great job. Well, it's not too bad. I could have left the corners square, I suppose. Too late now. And hope that went in the bin. Just flung it. Oh, distress ink. Uh-oh. Oh, sorry. It's winter here, but the weather has been kind of up and down, which, as strange as it sounds, messes with my hay fever. My sinuses don't take it well. So all of a sudden, I'll get random sneezing attacks. Okay. And distress ink. Now, oh, I think no, doesn't matter. I think I was going to use the other side, but too late now. Da, da, da. Okay. Let's put this on. There's no particular ways up. And if you're noticing the fluffy edges around this, yes, the blade on my guillotine is quite blunt. I think I mentioned this before, but I actually deliberately left the fluffy edges on because we've already got some down here, and I wanted to keep the kind of grungy, rustic ambience, I suppose. Now, where were those other things we didn't use? I could just do that. You know what, I think I will. And what else have I got in here that might be? The acorn doesn't really make sense, neither does, none of that does. This does. This looks fine. there. I'm just going to do that. And then I'm going to do what I did before with this. And I'm using the brush pen because it's a little thicker, before you wonder why. Because the fine liner is good for small spaces, but this, I think, here. There we go. So I can write a little message on that. And now that's technically done, but do I want to just put something on the... Nah, it's going to get lost. Well, that's it then. So we started off with this as the template, and we have ended up with a little pocket, a tea bag, cute little tag, spot in the middle which I'll write a little message, all in a little booklet that I can post to Lisa tomorrow. So thanks very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed that little video, and with any luck, this was really fun actually. With any luck, Lisa enjoys what I send to her. It's been kind of fun. When my Happy Mail arrived, the first thing I said to Mum was, "This is awesome! I've got like a Happy Mail pen pal." I don't know whether Lisa knows that yet, but it's coming at you, doll. So, alright. Thanks very much for watching. I hope wherever you are in the world you have a fabulous day, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.